Hello, my name is Hackett-Bauer, and I am going to be presenting over various forms of communication. Okay, so my table of contents, I'm going to introduce who I am, answer some questions, my references, and then course standards. So, who am I? My name is Hackett-Bauer. I am 27 years old. I am a band director in Oakley, Kansas, teaching 5th through 12th grade. I have been teaching for 5 years. I am originally from Shawnee, Kansas. I got my undergrad in music education at Pittsburgh State University, and I'm currently getting my master's in school administration. So I included some pictures here to start. The upper left-hand corner is a picture of my husband and I. My husband is a draftsman engineer. We have been married for almost 4 years. In the middle is our dog, Hank. We don't have any children, but we do have a fur child. The upper right-hand corner is my dad. The bottom left-hand corner is my in-laws and my sister-in-law. The bottom right-hand corner is my mom and then my sister and brother-in-law. And then I went ahead and included a picture of my sister and my brother-in-law because they just got married in October. And if you know anything about weddings, even if it's not your family, but it's a sibling's wedding, it's a huge ordeal and it's a whole year's worth of preparation. So, yes. Okay, about me. I am very passionate about music. My passion is music and music education. Not only am I a teacher, but I am a performer, and so I included some pictures of myself performing. This instrument in the upper left-hand corner is a baritone. It's like a mini euphonium. In the bottom left is me conducting at a home football game. The center picture is an older picture, but it's one from when I had my senior recital in college. My main instrument, which I actually have my degree in, is saxophone. The upper right-hand corner is a picture of me playing the flute. So my dog, Hank, loves listening to me play. I'll be sitting somewhere or I'll be playing my piano and he comes up and he'll sit right next to against the piano because he loves hearing it. And then the bottom right-hand picture is a picture of me performing on the trombone. So that's a little bit about me. So continuing on, let's continue on to the actual assignment. So the questions. So the first question was forms of communication. We were supposed to list some types of forms of communication. So I said the following are a list of types of communication I would use with students, staff, parents, and community members. And they are labeled from most to from most to least use. So I mostly use face-to-face communication, and that's for students, staff, parents. The second most would be email, and I use that again for staff, parents, students, and community members. Phone calls, I'll call parents when I need something, and we've got phones within our rooms, so I'll call teachers, I guess. The main way that I stay in contact with my students is through the Remind app or notifications. That's how I send out like reminders to students and parents like, hey, extra rehearsal here, or hey, pep band tonight, or morning jazz band. Our school does have school approved Facebook page, like a USD page, but then certain groups are allowed to have Facebook pages. You just have to get permission. And those are used for students, staff, parents, and community. We have the school intercom system, which is just a daily information for students and staff. And then at the end of the semester, I do kind of a review. I'm calling it an evaluation of my class that I do with students. It's basically a way of they tell me what was their favorite part, what was their least favorite part, what was something they'd like to do different next year, just more ways to improve. All of these are free minus the Remind app, and I have the free version, so I guess it is free, but they're all provided by the district. So, tools I wish I had, I know this is going to sound funny, but honestly, for communication, none. I think the way I communicate with my students and the staff in my building is perfectly fine. I have nothing honestly to add here. The stuff that I want isn't for communication. I want instruments and classroom supplies and things like that. So methods used to introduce as a new school leader. So, if I'm going to impact, the first thing is your impression. Your first impression is everything. The snapshot of you, who you are, that is the most important part. I also believe that treating others equally and equitably is key to success. Being fair with others is key to having a good introduction of yourself. Your body language says a lot about you. I say this a lot to my students. I'll be like, okay, back up. Address yourself, calm your body, and try again, because the way in which your body is aligned can show if you're happy or if you're hostile. Methods I'll use, when introducing myself, my goal is to go beyond what is my name, what is my title. I want people to know more about the person of who is Michaela Bauer, and what do I do. And one way to do that is storytelling and bringing, your characteristics to life. Kids tell me all the time in my classroom, they're like, Miss Bauer, do you have a story you can tell us today? And I'm like, so, it makes me laugh. So I try and bring stories into my characteristic of who I am. District policies. So our district uses the following forms of communication. They use an automated phone system which can send text and calls. Like I said, the district has a Facebook page. Our administrators actually have a professional Twitter each. I'm not quite sure the rules and legality on that, but I do know they all have a professional Twitter. Email. My district is still pretty old-fashioned. We send out a ton of letters in the mail. And then, we have our school website. So our policies to use an independent messaging system for clubs, sports, and activities needs to be approved by the administrator of that building. Individual feedbacks group needs to be approved and available for all. So, individual Facebook groups. I'm so sorry, I read that. Our Facebook groups do have to be approved by the administrator. So, for example, our FFA has a Facebook page. And the reason why they have a Facebook page is it's used for alumni and community events, because our FFA does a lot with our community. Our basketball teams as well do have one, because they also host a few events where they bring alumni back in. But not every group has their own Facebook page or social media. And then, the biggest thing is just to have everything in writing, just to save yourself for just in case. So I went ahead and put my references here. Let's talk about course standards. So the course standard was CLO 5.3, communicate through oral, written, and digital means with the larger organizational community and political context when advocating for the needs of their school and community. I said that this assignment correlated with me by educating me on the different types of communication, may that be oral, written, or digital. I was able to understand the types of communication that are used, better within my own school and community, and, and also potentially other types of communication that I could apply when I'm an educator or administrator. Relevancy, I said that this assignment was relevant to my learning, as communicating with students, staff, parents, and community members is key to keeping everyone updated and in the know. This assignment educated me on different types of communication. My knowledge and understanding of promoting community engagement all starts with communicating with people so that they know what activities are happening within the school district. And then lastly, reflection. After learning more about communication, I have seen how important it is to have clear communication between student, teachers, staffs, and parents and community members. If communication is communicated well, people are more likely to misinterpret information and spread false information. That's kind of how rumors get started. And that's also how people easily get hurt feelings. But I believe it's imperative to find a good way to communicate that fits the needs of everyone around you. That could be one or multiple ways of communication. I believe this assignment has helped me to be better educated and well-informed as a future administrator. So thank you so much.